Time. Jabs knee. Ooh, a nice penetration. My fault, sorry.
Good instructions given by the ref in the early going. Mike gets it with the right hand, and ATN is down. He was really there with a foot right hand. It's up to 5.
The boxing world is gearing up for one of the most anticipated matchups of 2024 as Mike Tyson takes on Jake Paul. Scheduled for November, this bout promises to be a thrilling spectacle, blending Tyson's legendary power and experience with Paul's youthful exuberance and rising skills. As the fight date approaches, fans are eagerly speculating on the potential for brutal knockouts, given the fighters' histories. Mike Tyson, known as Iron Mike, has a storied career filled with some of the most memorable knockouts in boxing history. Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history at just 20 years old by defeating Trevor Berbick. Tyson's devastating power was on full display as he knocked Berbick down multiple times in the second round, with Berbick unable to regain his footing. Tyson's ability to deliver powerful, fight-ending blows quickly has always been his hallmark. Fans can expect to see if he still possesses that signature power and ferocity. In one of the most famous knockouts, Tyson dismantled Michael Spinks in just 91 seconds. A powerful right hook followed by a left uppercut sealed the deal, showcasing Tyson's explosive speed and strength. The explosive speed and pinpoint accuracy Tyson demonstrated in his prime could be a key factor if he manages to land clean shots on Jake Paul. Moreover, Tyson's rematch with Bruno ended with a 5th-round knockout. Tyson's relentless aggression and powerful combinations overwhelmed Bruno, cementing his reputation as a knockout artist. Tyson's relentless aggression and ability to press his opponents could force Jake Paul into a defensive position, potentially leading to a brutal KO. Jake Paul, initially known for his YouTube fame, has carved out a niche in the boxing world with a series of high-profile knockouts. In his second professional fight, Paul faced former NBA star Nate Robinson. Paul knocked Robinson out cold in the second round with a vicious right hand, proving his power and ability to perform under pressure. Paul has shown he can deliver powerful punches, especially with his right hand. Fans will be watching to see if he can land such a decisive blow on Tyson. Paul faced former MMA fighter Ben Askren and delivered a first-round knockout. Paul's right hand once again proved to be his weapon of choice, catching Askren flush and ending the fight early. Paul's ability to capitalize on openings and finish fights quickly is a trait he will need against Tyson, who is known for his fast starts.
Round 4. Back to work. Good jab. Back to work. Back to work. More jabs this round. There you go. Worked all right. Worked all right, Jake. Good head. Feel it. Get in your back. There you go.
The Tyson versus Paul fight is expected to be a clash of generations, styles, and strategies. Even at 58, Tyson's training videos and exhibition performances suggest he still has significant power and a wealth of experience. His ability to read opponents and deliver devastating punches will be crucial. At 27, Jake Paul has youth on his side. His confidence, bolstered by a series of knockout victories, will drive him to prove himself against a legend. Paul's unorthodox style and surprising power could pose challenges for Tyson. Both fighters are known for their rigorous training regimens. Tyson's recent training camps have focused on regaining his legendary form, while Paul continues to improve his boxing skills under professional guidance. The fight's dynamics will be intriguing. Tyson's aggressive style might force Paul to rely on his defensive skills and counterpunching ability. Conversely, Paul might look to use his reach and youth to keep Tyson at bay and look for openings. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has shared his thoughts on this upcoming fight. When questioned about his interest in it, the reigning super middleweight champion gave a brief, pointed response to TMZ Sports. He said, "Not at all, no." But when asked about the involvement of a new broadcaster, like Netflix and boxing, he acknowledged it as a positive development. However, he again criticized the bout. Canelo said, "I think Netflix is good for boxing, but I think with that fight, Netflix is doing something wrong there. I think it's more a show than a fight. At this point, I'm not interested." Paul and Tyson, nearly 3 decades apart in age and experience, will clash in a 10-round, 2-minute per round bout. The outcome will be recorded on both of their professional records. Paul's decision to challenge the 58-year-old former undisputed heavyweight champion has stirred significant controversy. Critics argue that this fight is a no-win situation for Paul, who has built a 10-1 record primarily by defeating retired MMA fighters, many of whom typically compete in lower weight classes. Despite the belief held by many that the age gap is insurmountable for Tyson's renowned skills, reflexes, and power, and the outright refusal of some within the sport to watch, there are those like Evander Holyfield, a 2-time opponent of Iron Mike, who think it could be a competitive match. Holyfield cautioned the 27-year-old in an interview with Fight Hub TV that he will be apprehended if he continues to live on the streets. Holyfield said, "I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul has in all of that, but he's going to be a lot quicker. If he stays close to Mike, then his chance of winning is going to be great. But if he tries to stay back from Mike, he's going to get caught." Holyfield further added, "Mike is like a snake. He'll pop out on you. He gets there too quickly, but if you charge him, you're going to smother him. He pushes off his legs so he's too close. But if you give him room, everybody gets knocked out going backwards. Give him room, you're going to be messed up." In the meantime, Dustin Poirier isn't exactly excited to see Mike Tyson make his return to the ring. Poirier would prefer that Tyson stay out of the forthcoming bout with Jake Paul. He's baffled that the fight is still on and hasn't been canceled outright. On the MMA Hour, Poirier recently voiced his worries about the situation. He made it clear that he was opposed to the matchup, highlighting Tyson's age, 58 years old, and expressing his desire to see him avoid injury. Poirier also noted that Paul, being young and athletic, has the means to assemble a formidable training camp, which makes him a significant threat. He emphasized that his concerns weren't personal against Paul, pointing out his own presence at the Tyron Woodley fight as proof of his impartial stance.
This than the Tyson fight. You know, I didn't want that to happen. The guy's 60 years old. I didn't want that to happen. And I hope it doesn't.
You're hoping he gets canceled.
Yeah, I don't want to see Tyson go out there and get hurt, man.
Right.
60 years old. He's fighting a young guy who's athletic and has the money to put the best people around him and build a camp, and he's dangerous.
Right. So you like Jake?
I don't have anything against him.
Yeah. But like watching him fight.
Yeah, dude.
You went to one of his fights, right?
I went to the Woodley 2.
Woodley 1 or 2?
At the age of 27, Paul made a dramatic shift from being a YouTube sensation and social media influencer to stepping into the professional boxing arena in 2020. He quickly captured the spotlight by choosing opponents who were well-known but had minimal boxing backgrounds. His ascent to stardom was marked by a viral knockout of Nate Robinson, a 3-time NBA dunk champion. This was followed by wins against retired MMA fighter Ben Askren and former UFC champions Tyron Woodley and Anderson Silva. Paul is riding high on a 4-fight winning streak, recently achieving a knockout victory over BKFC sensation Mike Perry. Meanwhile, Poirier has been closely monitoring the bare-knuckle fighting circuit, spanning both MMA and boxing. He remains open to the idea of stepping into the ring bare-knuckle as long as the opportunity aligns with his criteria. Poirier expressed his belief that bare-knuckle MMA represents a more authentic form of combat, pointing out that chokes and grappling might be more effective without gloves. He emphasized that participating in such fights would require significant compensation due to the inevitable injuries, regardless of any defensive measures. Reflecting on his experiences attending several events in person, he highlighted the dramatic contrast between observing from afar and being in close proximity to the ring, where the raw intensity of the sport and the jarring sound of knuckles striking skulls become unmistakably apparent.
A pure way of fighting, I think chokes will be easier, grappling is easier with no gloves.
Oh, bare knuckle MMA.
Yeah.
What about the bare knuckle boxing?
I'd have to get paid.
Yeah.
I'd have to get paid.
It's
just like you're gonna get cut up 100%, no
Right.
matter how you fight defensively, you're gonna get cut probably.
Do you like watching it?
Yeah, but I've been to a few in person, and watching it and being there close to the ring is 2 different things, man. It's brutal close.
Really?
Yeah.
More so than TV?
Yeah, because you can hear the knuckles bouncing like off the skull. You can hear it.
Jeez.
Yeah, It's nasty, man.
On the other hand, Brendan Schaub has unveiled a captivating conspiracy theory regarding the true reason behind the rescheduling of the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. Initially set to take place at AT&T Stadium, the bout was unexpectedly postponed when Tyson suffered a medical scare en route from Miami to Los Angeles. The legendary boxer felt unwell, experiencing lightheadedness and nausea, which later revealed to be a flare-up of an ulcer. Despite this delay, everyone involved is hopeful for a November showdown. Nonetheless, Schaub suspects there could be additional factors at play. Schaub recalled a conversation from years past when Logan revealed that his grand scheme was for him and his brother to face off in the ring. He speculated that if he were to entertain a conspiracy theory, this might have been the master plan from the start. Schaub then turned to the audience, pondering which fight would attract more attention: Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, or Jake Paul versus Logan Paul.
Ends with me and my brother fighting. Jake looks so young there. They both look so different.
I know.
Here's a question. Put my tinfoil hat on. Was this the plan all along? The question for you guys. What gets more views? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, or Jake Paul versus Logan Paul? Now, I'm not saying on YouTube, on Netflix.
Schaub clarified that his comments were about Netflix, not YouTube. He mentioned that without Mike Tyson in the mix, his father would likely have no interest in watching Logan Paul. However, Schaub thought that a lot of younger viewers, those who vape and are still figuring out their pronouns, would be drawn to it. He also shared his belief that a match between Jake Paul and Logan Paul would attract more viewers in total, given that their collective fan base surpasses that of Mike Tyson.
Because you take Mike Tyson out of that fight, my dad's not watching. My dad's not watching Logan Paul. But a ton of youngsters who vape and are confused about their pronouns are going to tune in. What do I think would get more views overall? Logan Paul versus Jake, because you can get their fan bases, which is bigger than Mike Tyson's.
In contrast, Roy Jones Jr., who once faced Mike Tyson in the ring, has issued a serious caution to Paul, drawing a vivid comparison between Tyson's ferocity and that of a pit bull. Speaking with Boxing King Media, Jones Jr., who squared off against Tyson in a 2020 exhibition match, emphasized that Tyson's advancing age will not diminish his fierce competitive edge. Jones Jr. declared, "We are warriors. We don't care about getting punched. We don't care what age we are. This is what we do." Addressing concerns about the nature of the fight, Jones Jr. dismissed any notion of restraint from Tyson, stating, "Mike doesn't know how to hold back. Mike's like a pit bull dog. Pit bull dogs don't know how to play. It's going to turn into a fight either way." Famous for his hard fights with UFC opponents, Jake Paul had conflicting emotions about facing Tyson. He said, "I'm a little scared because it is Mike Tyson. I'm just going to have a wow moment when I'm actually about to fight Mike Tyson." Jones Jr. envisions an easy victory for Tyson, but fans are buzzing with anticipation for the clash between Iron Mike and the Problem Child. They're eager for more than just spectacle. They're craving a true test of grit and prowess in the ring. Additionally, renowned UFC fighter Rampage Jackson has hinted that he might abandon his support for Jake Paul after only 2 rounds of his bout with Mike Tyson. Although Tyson's age and health are factors, Jackson firmly believes that Tyson's skill and experience will prove too much for Paul, possibly resulting in an early conclusion to the match. Speaking with Jason Mayhems Miller and Luke Rockhold on the Jackson podcast, he said, "Mike Tyson is going to fucking knock him out. Within 2 rounds, Mike Tyson is going to win. Mike Tyson has been boxing longer than Jake Paul has been alive. You ever seen that viral video where the old white man beats the out of the young white dude? That's what I think's going to happen." Challenged on his theory, Jackson then doubled down. "Jake Paul will probably give up by then. He won't make it that far," he said. Before their upcoming bout, Paul received a blunt warning from his rival. In a statement announcing the fight's rescheduling, Tyson boldly suggested that he was fully prepared to clinch a knockout victory. Tyson said, "Although we had to postpone the fight, I will resume training shortly. I am thankful to the medical staff that treated me and to MVP, Netflix, and AT&T Stadium for working diligently to find the best reschedule date for all parties. While we have a new date, the result will be the same no matter when we fight. Jake Paul is getting knocked out." Paul issued his own response to that claim. Taking to social media, The American wrote, "He says he still is going to knock me out, and I bought myself some time. so Mike is still talking shit over there. But Mike, if you want to do this behind closed doors, behind the scenes, you say you want to do this in Q4, you just need a little bit of time. Paul emphasized his readiness to jump into action as soon as Mike was prepared, stressing that the opportunity was too important to ignore. He was convinced that the fight had the potential to affect global change and underscored his personal philosophy of transforming setbacks into victories, an approach he steadfastly follows. Paul further added, "I'm ready whenever you are, Mike. This is too big of an opportunity. I think this fight's gonna change the world, and I turn all my L's into W's. That's the motto I live by. The universe makes no mistakes, so let's see what's in store. But sorry this didn't work out to everyone. The fans love you guys." In an unexpected twist, Jake Paul has once again captured the internet's attention. Known for his usually relaxed and sometimes indifferent approach to training, Paul has recently surprised both admirers and skeptics with a striking physical transformation. As he gears up for his highly anticipated match against Mike Tyson, Paul is drawing comparisons to the fitness influencer dubbed Liver King. Jake's most recent jog, caught on camera, reveals a strikingly muscular build that has set tongues wagging. His remarkable physical transformation has left audiences in awe, marking a notable shift from his previously relaxed training style. Although he is primarily recognized as a 27-year-old YouTuber who ventured into boxing rather than a seasoned pro, his intense and disciplined current training regimen hints that he might be gearing up for a serious boxing career. Liver King, a prominent figure in the fitness world known for his muscular build and dedication to ancestral practices, is now sharing the spotlight with Paul. This comparison not only highlights Jake's recent impressive muscle growth, but also draws attention to his newly grown Viking-style beard.
Take 3, Mikey, Mikey, your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. Whoop.
Paul's journey takes a critical turn as he gears up for the defining moment in his early boxing career. Facing Mike Tyson, an iconic former heavyweight champion known for his fierce knockouts and commanding presence in the ring, poses an immense challenge. Still, Paul appears to be tackling this formidable test with a refreshed sense of resolve and focus. Despite the hurdles faced during this bout, Paul remains steadfast in his confidence. His recent transformation highlights the strategic importance of his physical evolution, tailored to match Tyson's rigorous training regimen. Still, the crucial question remains: will this newfound strength translate into triumph within the ring? Jake Paul's unwavering dedication to achieving peak physical fitness for his upcoming clash with Mike Tyson is evident. However, a pressing question persists. Will his rigorous training be enough? As the boxing world waits with bated breath, anticipation mounts to see if Paul's relentless hard work can overcome one of the sport's most legendary opponents.
You really thought I was partying? We out here, high altitude, Colorado Springs, with the Olympians, Team USA Boxing. Let's get it. Let's go.
Meanwhile, Jake Paul echoed the sentiment in a social media post, writing, "New date, same place, same fate." Boxing legend Mike Tyson made his first public appearance since his recent health issues, delivering a stern warning to Jake Paul. Tyson took to social media to share a video hyping up their rescheduled fight. Although the date has changed, Tyson promised that the outcome would remain the same, a knockout victory for him. He confidently assured fans that the outcome of the postponed bout would not differ from his initial prediction.
It's day one, the fun just begun.
Though Mike Tyson hasn't competed in a professional boxing match since 2005, he made headlines with an unexpected return in 2020 for an exhibition bout against Roy Jones Jr. Widely celebrated as one of the greatest boxers in history, Tyson was the first heavyweight to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles. His era of dominance, however, ended abruptly in 1990 when he suffered a shocking loss to Buster Douglas. Unlike many of his peers, Jake Paul boasts an impressive record of 9 wins in 10 fights, with most of his opponents being former UFC fighters. His sole defeat came in February of last year at the hands of British boxer Tommy Fury. However, Paul quickly rebounded by defeating ex-UFC star Nate Diaz and is now setting his sights on seasoned fighters such as journeyman Andre August and Ryan Borland. As the date for his next fight approaches, fans are buzzing with anticipation for the clash between the social media sensation and the boxing legend. Mike Tyson has recently released a new video that has left many, including Jake Paul, feeling unsettled. In this latest clip, Tyson is intense and delivers a stern ultimatum to his adversary. The announcement has created a stir within the boxing world, igniting both anticipation and anxiety. As fans eagerly await the showdown, everyone's watching to see if Tyson will live up to his promise and leave a significant mark on Jake Paul's career. With the new date set, the stage is set for what promises to be a momentous clash, and the excitement continues to build.
10, 11, way to work, 12, 13, 14, 15, perfect, 16, 17, 8.
Stepping into the boxing ring with the roar of the crowd reverberating around you takes guts, but facing off against the fearsome, baddest man on the planet calls for a whole new level of bravery. Jake Paul confidently claims he's ready for the test, but Mike Tyson's chilling warning to the young contender before their fight highlights just how daunting the challenge truly is. In the lead up to this atypical boxing event, sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations, both Tyson and Paul graced the set of entertainment tonight. During their appearance, the former heavyweight champ encapsulated the forthcoming fight with just one word. Can you guess what that word might be? Speaking to ET, Tyson reiterated the warning he gave to Jake Paul ahead of their fight, saying, "I already gave him his warning. Fight like your life depends on it because it does." At his best, Tyson intimidated everyone inside the ring and outside of it. Though Iron Mike seems to have changed, rumors continue to circulate regarding his renowned fury. But the YouTuber who became a boxer doesn't care, since he knows that when they finally face off, he will make Tyson taste the canvas. Paul said, "Well, look, he's the bull, I'm the matador, and it's that simple. Speed and timing beats power." Even the most courageous people would have shuddered at Tyson's response when he was asked to sum up the battle in one word. "Carnage," he said gravely. Conversely, Jake stated that he had no caution for the soon-to-be 58-year-old since, in Paul's opinion, Tyson knows that I'm not scared of him or his antics. However, the problem child did issue a warning to Tyson at their Texas press conference some time ago. The duo faced off during their second heated press conference in Texas as the fight date drew nearer. Following a series of verbal jabs at each other, Paul boldly stated, "What I promise to the people is that Mike will be put to sleep, and he will feel my power, and I will go down as the man who put Tyson to sleep for the last time." Paul's hopes were short-lived, as the baddest man on the planet, who was known for defeating many strong opponents during his remarkable career in the ring, was unfazed by the promise. In response, Tyson said, "He's not going to win. He can't even knock out Nate Diaz, who is like 40 pounds. How's he going to knock me out?" Despite lingering concerns, the age disparity between the two boxers has sparked a flurry of community discussion. Mike Tyson, however, brushes off these worries, asserting that age is just a number. He remains unwavering in his belief that his superior skills will dominate when they clash in the ring this November. Both camps have made bold statements, creating a dramatic prelude to a fight where actions will ultimately prove more significant than words. Fans are on the edge of their seats, eager to see whose predictions will be validated and whose confidence will be met with reality. Conversely, Lennox Lewis has expressed concern regarding Jake Paul's upcoming fight with Mike Tyson, highlighting Tyson's infrequent ring appearances over the last 20 years. As an undisputed heavyweight champion and one of boxing's most iconic figures, Lewis's perspective is especially significant. Recognized as one of the greatest British boxers ever, his advice carries substantial weight. Lewis cautions Paul to be wary of Tyson's immense strength, viewing the match from a more cautious standpoint due to Paul's relative inexperience. Lewis told The Guardian, "I'm concerned for Jake Paul. Tyson still knows how to punch, as you can see when he's hitting a bag. If Jake Paul gets hit by one of those punches, he's going to feel it. I know Jake Paul doesn't want to get hit." Tyson comes forward, and he knows how to cut off the ring. It could be a matter of time, as how good is Jake Paul's defense? The true fascination of this officially approved professional match is found in its intricately designed rules. The fighters will face off in 8 rounds, each lasting 2 minutes, and will wear 14-ounce gloves. This is a departure from the usual format of 12 rounds of 3 minutes, each with 10-ounce gloves. The increase in glove size results in a softer, more padded impact, which, while reducing the speed of punches, adds a different dynamic to the bout. Lewis added, "I saw Mike a couple of weeks ago and he looked good. He was walking around without a shirt and showing off his body, so he's getting ready." Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.